ago we had a little bit of a problem with the chickens. I was all getting quite attached to them. And then we came along one day and there was a big pile of feathers in the middle of the field. Dead chicken. Fox had got in. Anyway, from that point on, the chickens all disappeared. I think they were taken away to safety. And it was a bit sad, but we still had the sheep and Oscar, so we got on with it. Come along today, they're everywhere. We've got about 30 chickens. I don't know if you can see them all, but 30 chickens, 2 roosters. I tell you what, there's been some flighty shenanigans going on. They're keeping us nice and happy here, nice and friendly. It's just lovely and calm in hearing them going there, like they do. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. I've been sidetracked. Come and have a look at my beans. Beans! Look, we've got a little bean thing going on. It's not a wigwam. I don't know what you call it when it looks like this, but it's one of those nice things that goes like this with canes. There'll be a proper word for it, I know. Anyway, okay, got this all in order. Got it all tied together at the top, a bit of support here. And we're going to have a bit of an experiment. We've dug 2 trenches alongside each other, about 10 inches deep, I don't know if you can see. One side, we've got good old common horse muck down there. We're filling that with that. The other side, we've got some just about rotted compost in there. It's difficult to see because we've actually watered, but believe you me, that is that's our compost, just straight out of our compost bin, which we're quite excited about. And all we're going to do is just backfill these. Look, I'm actually doing something. Look, I'm actually holding a spade. I don't think you've seen me do anything yet. Just backfill. So we've got underneath our soil, we're going to have 2 different mulches, feeds, and we're going to have a little, just an experiment to see which side the beans grow best in. Now, Oscar's very interested in this. Would you like to just have a little look at Oscar? He's taking it all in. There we go, Oscar. Yeah, always fond of how to do a bean. Okay, and back, back over here. Bit camera shy. Okay, so this, really, that's all we need to do. Just backfill that. We're not actually going to plant the beans out yet. I know we've had some lovely weather and it's April, but it is actually going to rain all week. It's very tempting to put things in now, but no, we're trying to hold off. Finish doing that. And we know that as soon as we put those beans in, they're going to reach their roots down and go, oh yes, this is nice. Which one will they prefer? I don't know, odds on. They might be exactly the same. We're going to try, that's what this is called, the Galaxy string bean, or stringless bean. Runner bean. Stringless, we're going to put that in. We're going to have our Blue Lake bean. Okay. And then at the end there, the smaller part, we're going to have our home base reduced dwarf bean. Okay, which are purple, which I'm really looking forward to. I think they go green when you boil them, but yeah, purple to begin with, so posh. Okay, wonder what Oscar will think of that. Hello, I'm back in the greenhouse. Now it's tomorrow, or the last bit of film was yesterday, but whichever, it's about the same time of night, and I tell you what, it's turned really cold. It's still nice bright skies, but it was lovely and warm yesterday, and fortunately Mike had the wherewithal to come down last night because it'd been such a clear sky, and took his brassicas in. So he put a little bit of fleece over there. Just, I don't know if you can see them from here, but we've got a few things covered out there, which is just as well, and we just are going to have to do this for the next, at least the next few weeks, because you never know what the weather's going to be like during the day. In the greenhouse, however, I'll give you that, things are going on really well. Things are really picking up now. In fact, I've potted these petunias on. Again, petunias aren't particularly a flower that I particularly like, but it was a case of, I think it was 12 in a pack for £1. Potted them on, and actually I'm going around at the moment and I'm just actually nipping out the flower buds, so just trying to keep them so all the energy is actually going into making the plant. Although, to be honest, we've not got roots coming out the bottom yet, but they're looking really healthy. And again, it's a case of I haven't had a greenhouse before. I just keep thinking of the amount of money you're saving. paid £2 each for a petunia plant. They were £1. £24 worth of petunias, whether I like them or not. Other things that are coming on, oh, you'll like this. A friend of ours was telling us all about this chilli that he'd grown a couple of years ago, and since then he's kept the chilli seeds from it. And so, a couple of months ago it must be, he opened this very special envelope and said, I'm going to give you a couple of chilli seeds to see how you get on. At which point we announced that we would have a chilli off. So there was our friend Jeff, another friend of his, and ourselves who decided we'd take part. I put the chilli seeds in, and I must admit I didn't hold out much hope. They were just in a little white envelope. Nothing happened for quite a long time. And then we've come in just the last couple of days. We've come in, look, I don't even know the type of chilli. I've just written chilli. 1, 2, 3, oh, glasses on again. Another one down there. A fair few chillies have come. However, because I have very little confidence in my chilli seed planting technique, I've cheated. I went and bought one at the garden centre. It's called, what's it called? Big, no, it's not Big Tom, that's my tomato. Big Jim. Big Tom's over here. Okay, this is Big Jim, his friend. Anyway, so when Jeff asked to see how our chilli's getting on, I'll take this out and say, yeah, this is doing quite well. And I don't know, I'll soon find out if he's watched this video or not. Actually, the other chillies might come and do a little bit better, but this one supposedly grows to 25 centimetres long. So, fingers crossed for Big Jim and Big Tom, his friends. Anyway, we're keeping that down there for now. That's doing well. What I really wanted to show you in here was, and this is my trainers. Again, I've mentioned before, it's the first time I've actually had a greenhouse. So, when I got some sweet pea seeds back in, oh, it must have been October time, free with the magazine, I thought, right, okay, I want to actually try and plant something that is going to be, you know, people always say, oh, you can plant direct in March, April, or you can plant the seeds. I wanted to plant something that would overwinter and give me good, strong plants for the following season. So I invested in some of these root trainers. Now, I'm sure you'll have seen these. They were new on me. And the idea is, they come, I think 6 of them, come like that, sit in a seed tray, you pop the seeds in, and they have a lovely long root run. And all you're supposed to have to do is open them up when they're ready and take them out. Well, if I put these on here, let me just show you the problem. The marigold's not looking very well. I'm going to show you. Well, this is what's lovely about an allotment. Our friend Sid walked past. He's been here for years and years and years. Just gone down to look at his asparagus bed. We went down with him and we've come back with some little carpet collars for the cabbage carpet collars, there we go, and basically all the brassicas, we're going to put those round to stop little moths coming up. We gave us those, and also some Jerusalem artichokes. Now, I know the jury's out on them, but we've actually got a border along the side of the allotment that we are just shoving things in, and so hopefully we'll split those in, and as long as we keep an eye on them, we'll have some nice artichokes to grow. Anyway, where was I? Oh, where do I put my artichoke? Right, okay. These root trainers. Oh, showed you that. Yes, in theory, very good. Planted my sweet peas last October, I think it was. And I really thought that by now I'd have some really strong looking plants, but what actually happens is, if I take this one out to show you, it's got lovely, lovely long roots. You have to be really careful when you open not to catch those roots in that bit. I know there must be a far better way than doing it, but they're pretty matted. Can you see that? They're pretty matted underneath, so you feel like you're going to break the roots off a bit. So it was a bit fiddly to do them. And when you look at the ones that are left in, where can I put my sweet pea? You can see how a lot of the roots have got chopped at the bottom. So again, jury's out. I'm not quite sure whether I'll use these again. I'll probably use them slightly differently. Look at that. Look at that. It's all attached. Okay? I mean, they are still growing, but I don't quite know what to do with them. Because I was feeling a bit sorry for them, I've planted some up in a hanging basket. Obviously won't go out yet, but I've put some in there. And hopefully they'll grow nice and strong now. And again, as I always say, the roots will go, ooh, and they'll be really happy, and I'll have beautiful, beautiful sweet peas. Don't know though. What do you think about root trainers? Don't know. Jury's out. Okay, one last thing before I go. If you watch the intro, it'll say that I've got a curious tool. So come and have a look at my curious tool. A little bit of background here. A very dear friend of mine saw this at a car boot sale alongside lots of other garden tools, and she thought, I know, Jane and Mike have got that allotment. They'll love this. She asked the person on the stall, what is it? The person didn't know. A crowd of people gathered. Nobody seemed to know. We brought it down to the allotment. We asked someone who's been gardening for about 50 years. He didn't know. I googled garden tools. Quite sad, I know. Nothing. So we have had one suggestion, but see what you think. Here's the handle, much as any other garden tool you might think, until you get to, let me turn it right, this bit here. Now I know that's upside down, but it's quite an odd thing, isn't it? It's obviously been manufactured, it's not been a handmade thing, but it's got, if I show it that way, it's got a pointy bit there that obviously goes in some earth, and then it's got these quite tricky little pointy bits. I don't know, it looks like a medieval torture device, but it's been given a green thing, which I would think if it was a medieval torture device, that would obviously be red or black. So yeah, we have had a suggestion that it might be something to do with metal detecting. I don't know, I've never detected metal before. Might make a good hoe, I don't know, but please, any suggestions as to, as to what my tool might be would be very welcome. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that little conundrum, and again, hope you've been out and enjoying some lovely weather and seeing the wonder of things growing at this time of year. Okay, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.